Nobody warns you about the second invoice, the one that shows up after you've already committed. You think you're launching a business, but halfway through month 1, you realize you've accidentally signed up for a subscription service called Things I Didn't Know I Needed. Let's back up and talk about what's actually happening here, because the sticker shock of launching isn't random, it's structural. The market for tools and software has quietly shifted from one-time purchases to monthly recurring charges, which means your costs don't hit you all at once. They bleed you slowly, like a faucet you forgot to turn off. Here's the thing most people do. They budget for the big stuff, a website, maybe a logo, and completely forget that the ecosystem surrounding those things costs money too. Email marketing platforms, CRM software, scheduling tools, social media schedulers, analytics dashboards, each one is maybe $20, $30 a month, until suddenly you're stacking 9 of them and wondering where $600 went. The optimism phase is real and it's dangerous, because when you're building something new, everything feels like an investment rather than a cost. That landing page builder, investment. That AI copywriting tool, investment. That project management software your cousin swore by, investment until the excitement fades and the bill stays the same. Psychologically, this is what researchers call the planning fallacy, which is just a fancy way of saying humans are embarrassingly bad at estimating what things will actually cost. Studies have shown that people underestimate project costs by anywhere from 15 to 45% on average, and that number gets worse the more emotionally invested they are in the outcome. Historically, this isn't new. Every business generation has had its version of hidden launch costs. In the 1990s, it was printing direct mail and Yellow Pages ads. In the 2000s, it was website development and banner ad budgets. Today, it's SaaS subscriptions, paid social, and content production, which is arguably more democratized, but absolutely no cheaper when you add it all up. Here's the pattern that keeps repeating. Founders allocate roughly 10 to 15% of their startup budget to marketing, realize it's not enough, scramble, overspend emotionally, and then cut everything at the worst possible time, right when momentum was starting to build. The community wisdom here is simple and brutal. Your marketing budget is not a luxury line item. It is the oxygen, and you don't negotiate with oxygen. One of the biggest misconceptions is that organic content is free, and that belief has wrecked more launch timelines than almost anything else. Your time has a dollar value. Content creation tools cost money, and going viral is not a distribution strategy, it's a lottery ticket. And you shouldn't build a business plan around lottery tickets. So what does a rational, eyes-open marketing and tools budget actually look like for someone just starting out? A reasonable baseline is somewhere between $500 and $1,500 per month for a lean but functional setup that includes your core software stack, a modest paid advertising budget to test what works, and at least some allocation for content creation, whether that's your time priced honestly or a contractor's invoice. The practical lesson history keeps teaching us is to start narrow, test fast, and cut what doesn't convert before you scale what does. You don't need every tool on day one. You need the one tool that solves your biggest bottleneck. And then you earn the right to add the next one by actually generating revenue. Discipline here looks like a written budget reviewed weekly, not a mental number you update whenever you feel like it. Position sizing your marketing spend, meaning never betting more than you can sustain for 3 to 6 months without a return, is the difference between founders who figure it out and founders who quit in month 4, convinced the market didn't want them. The quiet irony of all this is that the founders who spend the least in the first 90 days and learn the most tend to outperform the ones who launch with a full paid media blitz and a software stack that would make a Fortune 500 company blush. Constraints, it turns out, are a feature, not a bug. They force clarity about what actually matters. Here's the philosophical anchor that ties everything together. Your marketing budget isn't about how much you believe in your idea. It's about how rationally you can test it, adjust, and survive long enough to be right. Conviction is free, runway is not. And confusing the two is one of the most expensive mistakes a new founder can make. Whatever your outcome looks like in month 3 or month 12, the founders who sleep well are the ones who planned for multiple scenarios, kept their fixed costs honest, and treated every dollar spent as a vote for a specific measurable outcome. Comfort with uncertainty doesn't come from hoping things work out. It comes from knowing exactly what you'll do if they don't. And if you're at the beginning of that journey, figuring out budgets, building something real, and wondering where to even start, whether that's real estate investing, home contracting, work, or finding the right lenders to back your vision, we can help you take that first step. Check out the links in the description below.